MG Rob back with you, and today we're doing an update on the Green Phoenix here, our 79 MGB that we saved from going to the junkyard. Now we want to get this thing to our British car day in here. This is Friday, and the British car day is next Sunday. So that means we got 9 days from today to have this thing back together. So we got all the old wiring out of the car, just the front and rear harness. And we've been starting to put the new stuff in it. So I got the main harness strung through here, and the rear harness is down and strung all the way into the trunk. And I've been starting to hook everything up here, cleaning all the connections, and doing a little bit better job of cleaning some of the inner fender well and firewall area, and just getting it all cleaned up. And since this has this ignition system on it, I just taped back the wires for the original ignition. I don't like cutting that stuff out of a new harness. We went ahead and just took the front bumper off of it. Makes it a little bit easier to get in there. This was a bit dirty. Wanted to clean this area up and do a little bit of touch up on some paint because it's peeling a little bit there. Makes it a little easier to get in there and do some of these connections, everything except for the turn signals. Plus, the support bar here wasn't even connected. There was some really short aluminum rivets in there and they weren't holding anything. So we're going to re-rivet that, and it gives us a chance to clean up the whole backside of the bumper as well, because it's really hard to reach through these holes and do all the work, especially when you're trying to clean it up. Inside the car, I've just got it strung through here and just laying here for now. I haven't started hooking really anything up yet. And same thing back here in the boot. While I've got it all strung underneath the car and all run the way it's supposed to, I just got it poked through here and just laying in here yet. I haven't actually got it tied into where it needs to go or anything hooked up yet. Got our new fuel tank here. What we ended up getting was Moss's touring tank. So this is a 16-gallon tank, give us a little extra capacity. So if we do take any road trips on, there'll be a lot less stops for fuel. So what we're going to use on a fuel pump for this thing is I had an Echo one sitting on the shelf. This is the kind of SU knockoff that comes out of New Zealand. I had picked up a few of these a few years ago within a parts pile I had bought. So I figured, and this is the last one I had, be a good project to put it on. Now, very much like the SU pump, there is actually a top and a bottom to this. There's a T right here. That stands for the top, and then there's an inlet and outlet. So this is the outlet and that's the inlet. So the orientation of how you install it is actually important, just like with it at SU. So what I did was I took a silver marker and I just marked it here, top, inlet, and outlet right here, to avoid any confusion on my part once I get my fat head up underneath there to install it. So we've been working on the dash, getting it ready to get finished off. And in order to do that, where we had all of the top of it was all busted and the padding was showing. What you do is you get in there and you dig out some of that padding and get all the stuff that's loose and brittle and breaking off. And we got this stuff called Fiberflex here. It's a plastic. You actually melt it down in there with basically like a soldering iron, and cover that all the padding so that it's sealed off. And then we cover it with this. It's very similar like a body filler, but it's made specifically for this. It's a padded dash filler. And we sand all that off to get it all ready for her to do her thing with it.